Something else I wanted to get into is the most interesting team for 2026. Now, what I mean by most interesting, I mean, what is a team that is truly, we have no idea what they could do this year, right? Like, you look at them and you're like, man, they could either be very good or they're going to be very bad. So, I thought of a couple teams. I thought of teams like Arizona, but I think they've just been consistently bad too many years to put them on a list like this because no, I don't know the last time people were like, yeah, Arizona's going to be good this year. So I excluded them from the list. I was very, very close to putting the Panthers because they're a huge wild card team in terms of what are they going to do in 2026. But I think they're still on the rise. So I wanted like a true elite team that like genuinely people have no idea what they're going to be. And it put me down to two teams, and the team I ended up settling on was the Ravens. Reasoning behind the Ravens is they bring in a new coach, Jesse Minter, to be their head coach. They lose Todd Monken, the OC. They bring in a new OC, Declan Doyle, who was the former Bears offensive coordinator. He spent time with the Broncos and Saints as the tight end coach. Like, so you're not really, certain on how they're gonna be. And I mean, I'm sure Jesse Minter is going to be calling the defense, right? I mean, Ravens fans help me out here. So you don't really know. Like, that defense is still elite, is essentially what I'm trying to say. Like, that defense on paper, they got Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. They got, Nate Wiggins, who could take a step up, Marlon Humphrey. Like, on paper, I think this defense is still super elite. It's just, can Jesse Minter go in there and maximize his potential? And then on the offensive side of the ball, how's Lamar Jackson going to look? First time having a new coach in his career, like head coach, that is. New OC coming in. We've seen what, happen with him with the first year of Todd Monken. He lit it up. That was the year they went to the AFC Championship game and they had Mike McDonald as their DC who just won the Super Bowl. They're such a wild card team because they've been good for quite a while since Lamar has been on the team, and it makes you think like, are the Ravens gonna continue to be good or are they gonna take a step back finally? And I they're just so interesting because they have all these new moving pieces. They have all these new, people coming in. There's so much turnover in the coaching staff that like you've cleaned house almost, right? And I think that was the point of what the Ravens were trying to do so they could finally get over that hump. And it'll be interesting to see. Now, I personally believe when you have Lamar, there's no way you could be too bad, right? I mean, let's look at how bad they were without Lamar, right? Especially, you think of last season when he was out them like first half of the year. I mean, they were still bad like with him, but they looked pretty damn atrocious without him, right? So I think with Lamar, I think that the floor is always going to be high, but what's the ceiling is what we're trying to figure out. Like how far can this newly coached Ravens team really go? How far can they really go? We just seen a defensive coach win the Super Bowl. Who's to say another one can't come in and win the Super Bowl? And I think maybe that's what the reasoning was behind hiring Jesse Minter is they realize the success that the Seahawks had in one year with their defensive guy. Maybe they're trying to get that for Lamar. It'd be amazing to see them just have a huge turnaround and finally get over the hump. But at the same time, like, there's so many unknowns with them that we can't really put like a prediction on it, without feeling uncertain. So it'll be something to watch throughout the year. I think that, the Ravens will be good. I think they'll be fine. But overall, I just think maybe there's some uncertainty there. So that's an interesting one to watch for sure. Had to get a drink there to wet